Hello, and welcome to the Three Stitches podcast. This is take two. Take two. Actually, take three. I did a whole podcast first thing this morning, and no sound. I think this camcorder hates me. Webcam, camcorder. Boy, am I dating myself. Okay, like I said, this is Three Stitches podcast. I am your host Monday nights. I am Knit a Little. I am Knit a Little on Ravelry, Plurk, and I think Google+. So, look me up. This is February 13th. This is episode 12, February 13th. Should have known that it was going to be a hard one. This is take 3. Last Monday was take 5. So lucky number 3 maybe. Okay. Webcam malfunction. Let's hope I can work out all the bugs or whatever it is. Next week I will take a test shot, see if I have sound, if I have good lighting, if I can upload to Blip. Blip and I are not talking very well right now. I uploaded the whole soundless episode and it comes back, malfunction. Lovely. Now you tell me. 2 hours later, malfunction. Some things that happened this week. A lot more than usual. As you know, my name on Ravelry is Knit a Little. Justin came up to me this week and says, Mommy, I don't think your name should be Knit a Little. And I said, oh, pray tell, why? You know when a little guy comes up and he's got the gorgeous blue eyes out and that doughy look going, Mommy. So I asked him why. And he goes, you don't knit a little. I'm like, really? I've been Knit a Little for 7 years, and well, more than 7 years, longer than he's been alive. I've been Knit a Little. I asked why. He goes, because you knit a lot. Out of the mouths of babes. So, that's my little guy. Wednesday, did the grand adventure with Kids and Snuggles. As you know, I have been trying very hard to get kids involved in making snuggles, just being kinder at heart, trying to maybe let them step out of themselves and think about the fur babies instead of Game Boy, Wii, whatever. And Wednesday they had a half day, so the religious director said, why don't we do a workshop, 2-hour workshop from 2 to 4. I said, cool. She sent out the flyer, and I proceeded to get phone calls. What do I need? She sent out a list of exactly what they needed. They needed either fleece, they needed to knit, they needed needle, thread, scissors. You know, this isn't rocket science, people. This is really not rocket science. I got phone calls. Do I really need to bring it all? If I come for the 2-hour workshop, do I really have to make a snuggle? Yes, darling. If you want the 2 hours credit that the religious director is giving you, you have to stay there 2 hours. You have to produce 2 snuggles. That is the deal. A and B. You need to do both to get the credit. And the kids were thinking, well, if I just show up and I smile at you, maybe I'll get the credit. No. You have to get the supplies. You have to show up. You have to be willing to sew. So, a lot of ominous emails and phone calls. I was getting pretty disheartened. I talked to 300 kids. Mind you, they had dazed looks in their face, but I talked to classroom after classroom after classroom after classroom. Yes, Sadie, I must be insane. Sadie from the Yarnivore. I must be insane. But fur babies are so worth it. I get there, and to my surprise, we have 10 kids, and they're raring to go. And they are. They're raring to go. They have their fleece. They have a needle. They have thread. They have scissors. Mind you, these scissors wouldn't cut butter, but they had them. So I can work with that. I spent 2 hours threading needles, ending threads, weaving them back in, encouraging, cheering on. I had some really great kids. I don't think these were hardly any of the kids that called me, but I had wonderful kids in this room. They were kind, they were polite, they listened, they were attentive. They were wonderful. We had a couple parents stop by during half of it and said, I'm really sorry, but we really need to get our kid. We can only afford 1 hour. We have commitments. That's fine. They talked to the kid. They said, do you have what you need to complete this snuggle? And the kids go, So they took their supplies and they went. Some came in halfway through, got a breakdown of what they needed. Good kids. Anytime you think, oh my goodness, what is this world coming to? I'll introduce you to some kids that really have it together. One parent stopped in and said, what are these for? Gave her the lowdown, and it turns out she adopted a dog from the kennel or the shelter that we're going to donate all these snuggles to. And it's a little Chihuahua. El Pasoans have 2 dogs in this city. Chihuahuas and Dachshunds. Pampered babies. Well, she has a Chihuahua. The Chihuahua's getting up there. The Chihuahua's 10 years old, okay? So in Chihuahua years, this dog is old. And it's slowing down. And she is literally drinking in everything that's going. And she looked at me and I'm thinking, I screwed up. I did something wrong because she's very quiet. She's not making eye contact. She's very in thought. And I'm thinking like, oh crap, what did I say wrong now? And I approached her thinking like, I said, can I help you? Is there anything you need clarification on? Do you want to help? Do you need to get your child? What do you need to do? And she goes, I adopted a dog from that shelter. And I said, oh, way to go. Fur baby, success story, yes. And she goes, well, my Chihuahua's getting older. She goes, I'm going to make you a deal. She's going to make me a deal? I'm going to make a snuggle for my dog. But I'm going to bring you a snuggle because I adopted my dog from that shelter. Really? You're going to make me a snuggle? I'll take it. Fur baby love. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Thank you very much. Shameless. I'll take these snuggles for these babies. Like I said, I want to bottom out my van going down Donovan at 5 miles an hour because I got a jam-packed van. It's not going to happen. I'm probably only going to pack my little Avail. I'll take what I can get. All in all, I will do this next year. I will go into the church and I will talk to 300 kids again, and I will do the snuggle project. Even though there's no contest or anything, I will help kids sew snuggles. I will help kids crochet, knit snuggles. Because it's not so much about the fur babies. These kids want to know what they can do in their community. They're good kids. Win-win. Thank you, Sadie. I do appreciate you for telling us about the Snuggle Project. Next year, I'll send you a PM, send you a message, and we're going to do it again. The directors have already okayed it. I think this is probably going to go on for as long as I have children in confirmation. And the youngest is 7, so it's going to go on for a while. And I'm going to be doing it every year. So, that being said, I have 8 knitted. I have 1 tied snuggle, which is, the cloth ones is tied. It's 14 by 14. I want to get 3 more cloth ones tied, so I can have 4. I want to have 4 snuggles crocheted. I want to do the triathlon. Look, I may not win anything. I have the worst luck of winning anything, but it is fun. It's a lot of fun. and I am in the company of great knitters. So, win-win. So, that's about the snuggles. What else did I have in my week? Saturday, I measured a whole bunch of little ballerinas for their tutus. My daughter is in a dance company, and they have a recital every June. And I got roped into being, I think, secretary, left foot, right foot, gopher, do this, do that, enforcer, whatever you want to call it. I'm a jack of all trades. But Saturday is measuring. This Saturday, last Saturday, was measuring time. And most of the kids were pretty easy. They know to stand still, but the babies, 3 to 5. Sadie, I am insane. I am so insane. If it's not for the snuggles, it is for measuring all these little ballerinas. Our biggest class in the studio has to be the babies. I think I measured 50 kids. They're 3 to 5 years old. They don't know to stand still. They don't know to keep their head up. They don't know not to wiggle their butt or wiggle their arms or keep going and they're so cute. So we measured just the girth. It was impossible to measure the bust. 3 to 5 year olds don't have a bust. I'm telling you now. They're just, they have no waist. They have no hips. As long as it fits going this way around, we're okay. It was all we're getting. But they were cute. And it took all day to measure 3 to 5 year olds, the 10:30 class and the 11:30 class. And hopefully next Saturday will be the last I have to do. But they're cute babies. And they come up to you and they have their little eyes, just so wide going, I'm going to have a tutu. Yes, you're going to have a tutu. I'm going to have a blue tutu or a pink blue tutu or a yellow tutu. And that's all they can think about is what they're going to be in June 2nd. They're going to have these tutus on. And they come to class and they have tutus that their mommy has bought or their daddy's bought. And they're happy. Anybody who's sad needs to come see little babies in the recital. And they jump around in their tutus. And they're happy. They don't put their feet in the right place. They're not going to. But it's pure joy. They're great. They're absolutely great. I love the ballet for the baby class. So that being said, there's one more week of tutu insanity. The big kids, we have almost got them all measured. And they're, is my tutu this? Is my tutu that? I'm going like, I got tutu on the brain. I'm seeing tutus as I'm going to sleep. Tutu here, tutu there. Help! That's what I get for having 7 kids. So, mom to mom. I know moms watch podcasts. I don't know if you watch my podcast or Catherine Lindsay, our podcast, but Lindsay dissed herself Friday. Well, Friday before last. And I took issue with it because I'm a mom. I'm going to take issue with it. Any mom who doesn't say their child has best potential in the world is not the best kid in the world. We're realists, okay? They're human. They fail. They make mistakes. They have blow-ups. They have tantrums, okay? That's part of having kids, okay? Dissing yourself it's not acceptable in my book, okay? And for me to sit back as a mom and go, oh, it's okay, darling, you're having a moment. No, it's not okay. You're a realist, Lindsay. I know that. Honey, I've been there for 19 years. I know you're a realist. If anybody knows it, I do. But the minute you start cutting yourself down or dissing yourself, what I see as dissing yourself, I am going to take issue with. I'm going to love you. I'm going to support you. I'm going to go way to go. I'm going to be in your corner no matter what. But am I going to sit back and say, oh, she's just having a moment? No, no, I am not. Okay? Does it mean I don't love you? You know I love you. And I happen to think your Wellingtons are wonderful. They are big. You've got big feet. You don't fall over much. But I think they're cool. Now, that can go one of two ways. The mom, who loves you unconditionally and thinks you would look good in a brown paper bag because I love you. But I do like your Wellingtons. They're cute. So I'm kind of glad they didn't have any other style than that. Because I can't see you in brown yet. You just plain old yucky yellow or red or brown or anything like that. I can see you in something with a little flair. Yeah. Yesterday was your birthday, so I'm going to say happy birthday and I love you. Now we're going to move on to child number 1 in boxing. I have to tell you, Catherine, there was a couple things going on in my brain. The first one was, what kid is boxing? It was pure terror. It was just screaming up at the top of my lungs going, they're going to hit her face. She's going to have black and blue marks. Her gorgeous face is going to go. Okay, then the rational part kind of hit. And I'm going, boxing. That's a good form of exercise. And it is a stress relief, okay? I looked it up. Boxing is a good stress release. And then another part of my brain, which is, how many parts of brains I got, kicked in and said, mugger beware, my kid will knock you out if you try to take her purse. She'll give you a right cross and you're going to be down for the count. Way to go, kid. So, am I going to be completely okay with your boxing? No. Do you like it? Yeah, you like it. So as a mom, I want you to do what you like to do. Boxing? Boxing? It's not my cup of tea. It's never going to be my cup of tea. Strapping up on boxing gloves and going at it, never in a million years. Told your brother and sister that your brothers and sisters that you're boxing. Mixed reactions. But honey, if you like boxing, just go ahead and do it. Life is too short not to do what you love to do. And in 6 months, if you go, okay, boxing's not mine, that's fine too. I am so cool with that. You are old enough to drink. You are old enough to vote. You're old enough to box. But in the future, would you kind of let me know before a podcast? The dog thought I was yelling at him. I was yelling at the screen. The cats wouldn't come downstairs for at least 20 minutes because I was having a meltdown. That's what I do. My kid, the boxer. Muggers, beware. Boxing? Really? And did you have to hit him so hard? Are you really that stressed? Are you going to come home and box because I'm not a sparring person? Yes, I resemble a punching bag at times. I do. But I'm smarter than that. Okay. Knit for Hire. I've had a week of Knit for Hire. I've nearly got it done. I just have to assemble some bits and pieces. I have lost the button band for this. This is Red Heart Shimmer. Because I don't really think you're going to see. Oh, there's some shimmer. Look at there. Oh. This is for a grandmother who is welcoming the first grandson in a long time. She comes from girls. The only way they can get a male in that family is to marry them. But she's expecting a grandson. So she approached me and says, I really need a couple things knit. and for her older daughters, I have knit everyone in the family the headbands. This is the first ones you're going to see. Now, this is the headband without the flower on it. Now take a look. Okay. They are so popular in El Paso right now. And there's going to be a flower on it. Now let's see if I can do this. Okay, here's the headband. Okay. There's going to be a flower. Strings all over the place. Okay, there. Got it the right way. There's going to be a flower there. Now, I'm going to go get a button that looks like a jewel, and I'm going to put it right in between. I'm going to put the jewel right there. It's a button, so it's going to hold the flower onto the headband. And I'm going to get another jewel. See, there's the buttonhole. So at the opposite side, I'm going to sew a jewel, because I think every girl needs a little bit of bling bling. So I have knit both of those. I just have to assemble them by Wednesday. I can do that. But for the grandson, I showed you the start of it last week. I have finished it. I just have to weave in all the tags because I've been knitting furiously. Now look at that. Isn't that lovely? The I Love You cable. Oh, I am so addicted to this cable. I'm waiting for the next person to approach me and say, can you knit a baby sweater for a boy? I'm doing this one again. Look, you know, it sounds like I'm tooting my own horn. That's me. I love this Sportway. It's acrylic, and I know a lot of people have a thing against acrylic, but when you're going to knit for a baby, I really don't want to knit wool for a baby. First of all, it's going to probably be in the washing machine every single solitary day. I know. There's sweaters that when the kids were little, oh my goodness. All that was in the washing machine were, you know, sweaters and shirts and bibs. I washed bibs galore. So that's going to go. By Wednesday, it'll have a new home. And I'm going to get nice little buttons for the sweater. I'm thinking I want to do heart buttons, but for a boy, I think that's sissy. So I think I'm going to take the sweater. I'm going to go into Hobby Lobby. I'm going to have an open mind. Catherine and Lindsay, I am going to have an open mind. I am not going to have any pre-thought in my mind whatsoever. I'm going to hold the sweater up to the little kiosk that has all the buttons in it. I'm going to hold it up, and I'm going to twirl it, and I'm going to go, okay, what buttons look best for the sweater? This is probably shocking Catherine and Lindsay, because I am not willy-nilly. I usually have something in my mind that I am going to put on the baby sweater. With the last one I did, it was either white or pink. I am just such a rogue. This one I don't know. I want to say blue. I really want to say blue. But if white comes up and it's a perfect button, I'll pick it up. I'm going in with an open mind. Right now, Catherine and Lindsay are sitting back going, I'll believe it when I see it. I'll post a picture. Okay. So that's my knit for hire. Oh, I wanted to tell you, I finished the socks. I think the incentive was enough to push me past the stuck on a sock. I'm never stuck on a sock. But I was. There's a first time for everything. Okay. Let's see if I can show you. These are my socks. There. In El Paso, you really don't need socks that go all the way up. So the most I ever do are footies. I wear what I like. I knit what I like. Heck with everything else. Why am I going to knit a sock that somebody else is going to like if I'm going to have it on my foot? I do a short roll heel, and I like it. Now, that being said, the next sock that I am doing, I changed up the toe. The thud that you heard was Catherine Lindsay hitting the floor, because I'm a creature of habit. I did the toe up, where you start and then you increase all the way up. Two thoughts on this one. If I don't try anything new, how am I going to know if I like it or not? The second thought was Catherine Lindsay hitting the floor, because that's what I just said. You got to try something new once in a while. I really like the sigh. Look at that. I like that. I'm going to do a short roll heel. I'm not going to do an afterthought heel. Okay, we have to take baby steps. The short roll heel fits my heel perfectly, and why mess with success? The toe, I think there's some leeway on, but not the heel. I finally found a heel that really works. I don't like the heel flap. That's what my mother-in-law taught me how to do the heel flap, where it's cuffed down. And I did it for the longest time, and it really didn't fit my heel well. And so when the short roll heel came and I tried it and it fit like a glove, I'm going, where have you been all my life? That's what I have done. I know there are people out there that don't like a short roll heel. Knit what you like. Who am I to say what you knit for your foot? Life's too short to wear heels that don't fit. This is my reward, and it is the Patons Croissants FX. But I really love how this knits up. I mean, look how it just goes. And that's pretty true. I think this is probably one of my favorites. Gwendolyn got no love whatsoever. The poor thing has been in my bag in the bottom because I have been knitting the Pavonis. Come here, you. Ah, there it is. And you notice this time, I did not stop in the middle of a row. I am learning. Lindsay is on row repeat number 10. Okay, not me. I have had knit for hire. I have not had a lot of time for the Pavonis, but good news, bad news. We are on speaking terms. Bad news is I don't have enough time in the day. I need quiet for Pavonis. I don't need the dog to be going out 25 times. In 25 times. Cedric's version of a doggy door is mom opening and closing the door 25 times a day. El Pasoans I thought were totally bonkers when I first moved here because they have a doggy door. They have a hole in their wall for the size of their dog. And I thought, that is totally ridiculous. I come from Michigan, okay? There's no way that we would have a hole in our wall because snow comes in, weather comes in. So El Paso, no. I still thought it was an insane idea until we got Cedric. His idea, since we don't have a hole in our wall that has a flap that goes in and out, is me. You go in a door, you go out a door. But who opens it? Now, I would let him wait, but there's always in the back of your brain the one time that I don't let him in, he's going to want to have an accident. And it'll be my fault. It'll be my fault. So, that being said, I open it up every time he goes at the door. I'm a sucker for brown eyes, and I gotta go. So, the Pavonis, I have 3.5 repeats, sorry. So you can tell I've made progress, because before I could fit it all in. Now I've got to go way, way back here. See, there you go. There I am. There I am. The Pavonis. I know it's going to shock you, Lindsay, but I don't think I'm going to be done at the end of February. Now, you, I think, will be done. I don't know about Catherine. I think she might be done too. But am I going to stop this after February? No. I might like it by the end of August. I don't know. But it's nice to have a project to turn to when you need to. Now, I had promised myself I wasn't going to start anything until all the knit for hire was done. Technically, the knit for hire is done. I just have to weave in the tags, I have to buy buttons, and I have to just kind of assemble. So technically the knitting is done. I deserve a treat. I am bribing myself, but I don't know if you can see this because we're at night, but can you see the cable? I don't know. Well, if I hold it up a little bit. It's really nothing to see yet. I'm using a stitch marker for a cable needle. Okay. Yeah, you can kind of see it. I put this pattern on my Kindle. Voila, there you are. And there you are. Okay, it's the Patons. It is the Patons cardigan with cable yoke. Can you see it? Okay, I am going to try very seriously. I'm going to put it in my queue as cast on. So if you want to see it, there you go. And I am knitting it in this fabulous Good Sir Rejuvenation. Let's see what color it is. Do they even give you a color? I see no color. CA 10415. Color 0037. Lot. We don't really need to know that. Don't need it, don't care about it. No, yeah. Okay, so it's a beautiful plum color. I don't know. Can you see how pretty that color is? Nothing I'm doing is telling you. Okay, well, it's a purplish color. It's kind of a grapple. But it is going to be my reward for finishing the knit for hire. I have to go to my local yarn shop and pick up the rest of the balls. They're holding them for me. So there we go. And how many of you put your patterns on the Kindle? I am loving that. Technology I'm not loving, but I am really, really, really loving putting my patterns on a Kindle and then just taking it with me. I don't print anything out. There's no dog ears, you know. You can't lose, you know, one sheet of paper out of 12, which has happened to me more than once. It's a good thing. I sound like Martha Stewart. I'm so sorry. So, I have covered just about everything. Now, today is my day that I go teach the ladies of the parish how to knit. They want to work on prayer shawls and preemie hats and preemie blankets. And I get there, and I'm pretty cranky about the podcast. I'm kind of in a mood. It was all about me. Why didn't it work for me? Why? You know how you can get pretty snarky. And a lady is waiting for me. Her name is Pat. And she goes, we've been approached about doing preemie blankets. Now, I went, we? Me. El Paso's Children's Hospital just opened up. They have spent millions upon millions of dollars on medical equipment. From what I hear, it's a beautiful hospital. And it's really going to meet the children's needs of El Paso. And our youngest is an asthmatic, so sooner rather than later we are probably going to be in there. He has a pretty severe form of asthma that, touch wood, we're getting a handle on. But if it changes, like it's been known to, there's another hospitalization in our future, which in El Paso, if he does have to be taken by ambulance again to a hospital, because he is under the age of 18, he will be taken to Children's Hospital, and not one of the other hospitals that are not as equipped to handle an asthmatic. So we'll be going to Children's Hospital. That being said, I'm glad it's a nice hospital, but they have spent buku bucks on sterilization, on stethoscopes, on this, that, and the other. And what do they need? What are they in critical need of? Preemie hats and preemie NICU blankets. they factored in everything but human touch. There's no place on a building schematic for a knitter. But when it was all done and they were doing the tour, all of a sudden a light bulb went off. I'm not going to tell you the story behind it because I wasn't given permission to tell you it. It's a private story that, frankly, I laughed my bum off, because out of all these smart people, they have state-of-the-art equipment on everything, but they didn't factor in they needed knitters. They need knitters and crocheters. We make a difference. That is something I have known for a while. Watching podcast after podcast, knitters reaching out and caring. I mean, truly, truly caring about one another. What do you need? How can I help you? What can I do to make your life better? You name it, I'll try. And if I can't do it, I will try very hard and I will make a difference. That's what knitters do. I am so proud to be a knitter, crocheter, quilter, whatever you want to call it, because we touch lives. And that became very evident when they had spent millions and millions of dollars on things that they could construct that were steel, that were plastic, that could be sterilized, unsterilized, that helped asthmatics. But when you go up to the neonatal unit, that's where we're needed. You put a preemie cap on a baby, you improve their chances of living. Drugs can do that, yes. We've come a long way from where we were 20 years ago. But knitters have been there all the way. So there's been a call, and the Children's Hospital director has humbly asked for help. They need Nick blankets. They need the blankets that go either over the isolette, or when the baby gets bigger and their skin toughens up, that they can be laid on the blanket. They're not going to be swaddling them, not for a long time. Not until about a week or two before they go home can they actually be covered in the blanket, okay? These children need knitters and crocheters. Dang. I don't know if you get a good feeling out of that, but I sure as heck do. So, I got some things rolling around in my brain. Lindsay and Catherine, you stop that right now, because I know you're thinking, oh, not a space up there to rattle. No. I'm going to be talking to Catherine and Lindsay via text, Yahoo, and everything. I really want to put something together that we really need to help this hospital. It's the Children's Hospital of El Paso. There are babies that come from Mexico. Women will literally walk over the Peace Bridge and have their baby in the United States because they can get good care. And there are a lot of babies that are high risk that come over and they're taken care of. Okay, my husband and I pay a lot of taxes. We do. But these babies don't have a chance unless they come over here. And some of them need really specialized care. We can do a lot to help these babies. Think about this. All of their electronics, and they still need us. I have been doing preemie hats now more years than I care to remember. They make a difference. Next Monday, I will hope to have something to roll out to you. I'm going to talk to some friends, maybe enlist some friends' help. Knitters make a difference. I had thought that podcasts ago, when people were reaching out to fur babies. Sadie, you do such good work. women who have cancer. Cancer touches lives. Makes us stronger, makes us cry, makes us appreciate the people around us. Autism. Autism has touched our family. I mean, do I have a child with autism? No, thank be to God. But friends have dealt with autism, Asperger's syndrome. Love the children. Love the children. And when you get frustrated, love them a little bit more. And together, knitters are making a difference. Knitters rock. Okay, I'm getting off my soapbox. I need to say goodbye and hopefully get this to upload on Blimp and Blimp. Can you tell I'm tired? I've had a long day. Blip. I need to get this uploaded onto Blip. Hopefully it won't be uncooperative. But if it is, I'm ready for it today. From me to you, thank you in advance. Have a great day. I will see you next Monday. Catherine will see you Wednesday, and Lindsay will see you Friday. Happy birthday, Lindsay. I love you with all my heart, baby. And ta-ta for now.